Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be why what you give is never enough. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please subscribe. So I'll jump right into it. You were in a narcissistic relationship. Perhaps you're in one now. Perhaps you're looking to exit it. The point is, what did you do? You gave and you gave and you gave, and the narcissist took and took and took. And most likely you did not know what type of relationship you were in until it was too late. In other words, until you were already ensnared in that relationship. Then you found my channel, boom, you get your first light bulb moment, and here we are. But no matter what you gave, it would never be enough to the narcissist. And you need to understand this. Why is because, first of all, the narcissist has an insatiable appetite for not only destruction, but for consumption. Which means you could give them all of the money in the world. You could give them all of your time. You could give them all of your resources. You could give them all of your energy, your love, your empathy. You could give them whatever you wanted to give them. It would never be enough. I repeat, it would never be enough. The narcissist goes around on this planet looking for unsuspecting individuals to take advantage of. And some of the reason they do this is because of the thrill of the conquest, the challenge of capturing that or ensnaring that individual in a relationship with them. Everything to the narcissist is not only an opportunity, but it is a way to extract from an unsuspecting individual. Keep this in mind. So whatever you gave to the narcissist, right now you're probably thinking, wow, Andrew, I gave a lot. You know what? I'm sure you did. I did too. But it would never be enough. And the reason why it can never be enough, again, is the narcissist cannot just be, which means they can't be satisfied and or happy in the relationship that they were in and or are in presently. Meaning perhaps you're thinking about the new supply, which I'll talk about for a brief second. This deserves its own video. But the point is, if your relationship ended recently and you're thinking that the new supply, i.e. the new individual or individuals that are close to the narcissist, are getting something of what you should be getting, that is called FOMO, fear of missing out. That means you need to break the trauma bond and understand that in fact you are fortunate to not be near the narcissist, and that those individuals, the new supply, i.e. those people are also having the resources becoming depleted, diminished, and they too fell for the mask. But I digress. The point being, when you give, it will never be enough. It can't be enough because the narcissist only knows one speed, and that is acceleration. That is why these relationships, they move at light speed. They move quicker than the speed of sound. What they do is they ensnare you in a web-like, zombie-like state, the narcissistic fog, or the trauma bond, whatever you want to call it for this video. And it is meant to keep you stuck. It is meant to not have you grow. It is meant to not have you heal. It is meant to slowly, insidiously take away all of what is you. Meaning, again, your energy, empathy, love, time, money, all the things that you possess. The narcissist wanted these for themselves. And many of the resources that you actually had, believe it or not, the narcissist didn't want them. They just didn't want you to have them. Think about this for a moment. Your education, perhaps you are a college graduate, high school graduate, perhaps you have a PhD or a doctorate, whatever you are, whatever your profession is or educational level, you're still a human being. You are equal to me. You are no better than me, and I am no better than you. But that's not how the narcissist sees it. Think about it. Perhaps you got your PhD, perhaps you became a doctor or a lawyer or whatever profession you wanted to become. And then the narcissist, what did they do? They said, you know, don't worry about it. You don't have to follow your career path. I'll take care of you. I'll support you. And then what did you do? Perhaps you relocated, or perhaps you allowed the narcissist to pay for you to be a stay-home mom or dad, or just to not work. Well, what did they do there? They took away your ability, A, to make income, B, to use your education, and C, to fulfill your purpose. And they did that on purpose. They did it so you would not outshine them. They did it so you would not succeed. They did it so you wouldn't make more money than them. They did it because they could do it to you. Now you're getting the wisdom on my channel. You're becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And you're understanding that narcissism is prevalent on this planet. And that perhaps not only the individual you are thinking about now, but many other relationships that you were a part of consisted of a narcissist, which of course wasn't you. But having said this, think about what I'm sharing. Let's say you went to university for 4 years and then you got your master's degree and you became whatever profession you want. In my opinion, by the way, all professions should be treated equally. And yes, I stand by that because we're all human beings. Each and every one of us serves a purpose on this planet. Nobody should be put high upon the pedestal higher than another individual. Nobody. But having said that, the narcissist saw your future. They saw the path you were taking. And at times, what they will do is they will make sure that you do not achieve the goals you want to. You do not become the person that you were supposed to become, because they throw a monkey wrench in the relationship and they have you believing in them rather than the reason why you went to school for so many years. Think about it. That's when your relationship and or your path gets stunted. It gets stuck in the quicksand. It can't move forward because you believe the false narrative of the mask over what your purpose was when you were younger. Get the message. It is so abundantly clear. So no matter what you gave, it would never be enough. Think about the time you gave to the narcissist. Maybe what you did is, maybe you created a family. Maybe you were a stepmom or dad. Maybe you were a biological mom or dad. What did you do there? Well, you either procreated and created children, or you took on the responsibility of another individual who perhaps is not even alive on the planet these days, and you filled in as a stepmom or stepdad. Well, what was your purpose there? Well, your purpose was just that, to raise the kids to the best of your ability. The whole time the narcissist would be trying to sabotage your parental skills, and what they would be doing is claiming to the outside that they are the parent of the year and you're worthless, you can't do anything. But yet the truth of the matter is, you were paying for tuition, you were paying for vacations, you were paying for birthdays, and you were paying for books, and you were paying for cars and all the things behind the scenes, but nobody knew that other than yourself and the narcissist. But what did they do? They actually had you raise the kids. The whole time they were acting like they were the parent of the year, when in fact they wanted nothing to do with raising the kids. As a matter of fact, I will say it, many narcissistic parents are anything but the parent of the year. Many of them are people that don't even want to be parents. What they want to be is a friend or a buddy to the child. They want to be the good cop to you being the bad cop. In other words, they don't want to instill regulations or rules or teach them manners or teach them what is right from wrong. They want you to do that, but then when you are doing that, you're playing the bad cop role. And so that's why many times these narcissistic parents, they become buddies and friends of the children. Because why? Because A, the narcissist is a child at heart and mentally, and number two, because the narcissist has the golden child. And that's what I'll focus on for a moment here, which is that special one child who is supposed to be a mini-me, a mini version of the narcissist, and the narcissist loves this. The thing is, the child doesn't know what's going on because they're not being brought up properly. They're being favored over the other individual, i.e. the scapegoat, or the child that can do no right. Think about what I'm sharing. So no matter what you gave, it would never be enough. It doesn't matter. Think about your money. Again, like I shared in the beginning of this video, let's say that you had a lot of money or you have a lot of money. Well, all of a sudden you meet the individual who turns out to be a narcissist, and you start to, let's say, give them a couple expensive gifts on their birthday or a holiday or whatever. And you do it because you can do it and you want to do it. You don't do it because you're bullied into doing it. But this person who turns out to be a narcissist, what do they say? They start comparing birthdays and gifts that they are or are not receiving, not only from you, but from other individuals. So example, let's say it was your birthday, or it was the narcissist's birthday before you knew they were a narcissist, and you gifted them something that's worth, I don't know, let's say a couple $100. Well, that's a lot of money. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, then next time the birthday comes around, they're expecting to add a zero to that, maybe a couple $1,000. And you can do it because you have the money, and maybe because you're in love with this individual. Okay, well then the next year happens. Well, a couple $1,000 isn't going to cut it. Now it's going to have to be closer to 5 figures, if you get my point. And that's the escalation. That's the moving goalposts. That's the expectations placed on you by this person who turns out to be a narcissist. They can never be satiated. They can never be happy. They are always comparing themselves with not only you and what you possess, but with their peers and with their alleged friends, i.e. flying monkeys many times. They are saying, ooh, my child goes to this school. That school's better than your school. Or, ooh, my child has the latest clothes. Your child doesn't. Or my education is X, Y, and Z. You never even graduated high school. Or look at me, I'm attending this concert or this event. You'll be doing no such thing. They're comparing, they're looking, they're searching. They're always on the go. Their head, the narcissist that is on a swivel. They're always seeing what's behind them and what's in front of them, never realizing what is right there in front of their nose. In other words, when they're looking behind them, they're looking in the past at all the relationships they've blown up. And some of you may say, well, no, that's not true. The narcissist doesn't do that. Think again, people. The narcissist does that because they compare supply sources. And if you think otherwise, not only drop comments below, but check in with yourself, because the narcissist in you found the best thing they will ever find. I created that video 2 years ago. The best thing they will ever find is you. It wasn't you, it is you. And believe me when I tell you, many times post-narcissistic relationship, what do individuals like you and I do that are on the channel? We heal, we grow, we become awakened and aware. We pay it forward. We take this experience, i.e. the narcissistic relationship, as a lifelong learning lesson, something we had to go through. It betters us, it catapults us forward, it creates a new superhuman being. Yes, that is you. You are now a galvanized version of yourself, somebody you thought was not possible to exist, but it is you, because you've now conquered the narcissistic relationship, one of the most challenging things known to humankind. Remember this message. Now, what is the narcissist doing right now? They're either stuck with another narcissist or another person, which I don't use labels, so a different kind of person, or perhaps there was someone who's lethargic or who isn't a challenge or who isn't wising up to what's going on. In other words, the narcissist doesn't have any excitement or drama in their life, and they become bored and jaded, and they go back in time and say, wow, that one, which was you, that one did everything. Holy cow. Where am I going to get that person back? Not the person, but somebody like that. It's never going to happen in 1,000 years. So the narcissist is always on the quest, always searching for somebody they'll never find. And for a period of time, they had you, but no longer do they have you, because you now have boundaries. You're not a people pleaser. You can say no, the strongest word in the English language, and you know that you are the priority, that you come first, second, and third. The narcissist just stays stuck in their tiny little Hollywood movie, vibrating low. And guess what? Fewer and fewer people come to see that motion picture. When the narcissist was younger, it was the show that would be going on was played to packed audiences, standing room only, if you will, because the narcissist was younger and people paid more attention to them. As the narcissist aged, that stage and the theater became fewer and fewer people were buying tickets to that show. As the narcissist ages right now, I'm not going to put a decade on them, but fewer and fewer and even fewer people are buying tickets to that show. Why? Because people are wising up. People are waking up. People that have been abused are getting the education, and no longer do we tolerate poor behavior. Whether it is an energy vampire, a narcissist, or just flat out a person who's rude, we now have boundaries. And that show that must go on for the narcissist in that tiny little theater, whereas in the past it was standing room only, now there's only one person in there on stage performing for whom? Performing for themselves. That is what is known as the aging narcissist. Keep this in mind. I did a series on it. It is instrumental and pivotal that you watch it. So in other words, while you are healing and you're growing and putting yourself back together, enduring sleepless nights, knowing that your friendship circle is blown up, your support system is gone, your finances were at zero, you barely had any food to eat, perhaps you experienced the dark night of the soul, etc. What were you doing? You were working on yourself. What was the narcissist doing? That's right. They just gallivanted to the next individual who did not know about narcissism. And my hope is by now they've figured it out or wised up. But if they haven't, it doesn't matter. The narcissist will go on to the next person and the next person and the next person. And as the thumbnail for this video mentioned, it didn't matter what you gave, it would never be enough. It's a fact. The narcissist is a bottomless pit. They are a person whose quench can never be satiated or satisfied. And they know this. They also know that each and every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. They also know that they can't fall in love. They also know that they don't even care about their own kids. They also know that they care about one person, which is themselves. And they also know that they look at each and every person in relationship as an opportunity to get one over on somebody. Understand the message. So if you are being difficult to yourself, let's say you're not giving yourself a break, I really suggest you play this video a few times, get the message, be kind to yourself. Because the narcissist, it didn't matter what you gave to them. It would never be enough. That relationship was going to expire. They all do. It's simply a matter of time if you get discarded or if you wise up and figure it out and end it yourself. Either way, the relationship must end and you must heal. And the narcissist must, unfortunately, go on and try to glom on to another unsuspecting individual. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it. From the beautiful Carolinas, this is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed, continue to become awakened and aware, and understand it doesn't matter what you gave to the narcissist. They're a bottomless pit. They will never be grateful. They will never be satisfied. They will always be looking for the next new shiny object, which at one point was you. It's not you any longer. You're now getting the wisdom, you're now applying it, and you are now understanding that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. So everyone, remember, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. You are not alone. God bless you. I love you all. Have a great evening. I am sending you a massive, huge virtual hug. Enjoy yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Continue to learn, to grow, to teach if you can. If not now, when? God bless you. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.